Cool. Sheesh. What's up? We're now live on YouTube and Facebook. We're live on Instagram.
Why does it do this to me every time?
What? It's not
It
working.
doesn't start.
We're live on Instagram. Checking connection.
We
You are
are
now
live.
live. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing dandy. Life is tough, but so are you. Boom.
That's what it says.
I just got done recording 2 back-to-back podcasts. One was all about the carnivore diet, and one was all about protein-sparing modified fasts. The second was a debate. I was on the non-protein
I
sparing
should have
modified
been
fast
a
side.
moderator, or someone should have been a moderator. I don't care if it's me. Probably wouldn't have been.
You don't
a
have
very
to
good
have a moderator if you're civil.
I think it's fun. Then you can ask questions.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anywho, they both went great. I enjoyed both conversations immensely. Can y'all hear us okay? The mic's a little farther away than normal. Let us know on YouTube and Facebook if you can hear us. Instagram, you should be able to hear us fine. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? We're going to just start off a discussion with a topic on abdominal training. You know who does a bunch of abdominal training? The
Me.
abominable snowman. The abominable abdominal. Pretty funny. Anyways, Crystal's idea. This was Crystal's idea to talk about. So let's start off with you talking.
Well, reason number one why we didn't talk about the DEXA today is because we decided to make a video on it instead, which will go live this Friday, day after tomorrow. So we did not do the DEXA just because we really wanted to dive a little bit deeper in a video. So today we're going to talk about some abs, some core, some stuff. So in my mind, I like to separate my core movements from my ab movements. And the reason, or I guess add a mixture. And the reason for this is that your core is going to be a lot more like internal muscle, pelvic floor, all of those things that you're going to want to work. I just talked about this in the Lady Savage group. So if you were on the Lady Savage group, then sorry, you're going to have to hear this twice. However, you are going to want to work those muscles, and you work a lot of those muscles when you lift heavy, when you're doing your compound lifts like deadlifts and squats and things like that. So you're already going to work that a lot. However, if you are not specifically focusing on working those internal muscles, they can become weak, and certain people need to work them more. This being women who have had children, people who are lifting but lifting improperly, things like that. And then there's going to be some movements where it's going to be more so the outer ab muscles for aesthetics, just to look pretty, just to get your six-pack abs. I think I actually prefer like core muscles, and Robert prefers like the outer ab muscles.
I never train my outer ab muscles.
Hanging leg raises?
That's good for everything.
Oh my goodness.
So
primarily though, the outside.
When it
totally
comes
is.
When it comes to core training, I mean a lot let's just rerun this back and forth. A lot of people want 6-pack abs. They want to look good with that shirt on and have 6-pack abs for the summertime, beach walking and waltzing.
Never me.
All right. So like they just do a bunch of sit-ups. Like the whole phrase abs are made in the kitchen, there's a lot of truth to that. Everybody's got abs. We've all got the muscular layout of abdominals. However, whether or not those are visible is going to be totally dependent upon your level of body fat. Now, you can have more like bulging muscular. I mean, we've all got biceps. If you get a super skinny person like Lane, one of the guys that works here.
Why are you pointing at me?
Because you know Lane.
Oh, okay.
Lane is my cousin. He works here. He can flex his bicep. And he's got veins in his bicep. He looks really, lean. But he doesn't have that much muscle. He's working on it right now. He's getting in the gym as we speak. But he doesn't have that much size and shape to his muscle because he doesn't have that big of a muscle. The same is true with regard to abs. You can be super lean and have very visible abs, but if you don't ever train your core through deep, movements like squats, something like that, where you're bracing your core, and you don't ever train any, more movements like hanging leg raises, in which you're really firing all of that muscular tissue, all of that that fascia tissue, then your abs are not going to pop as good as they could potentially. the same way that your biceps not going to pop if you never do bicep curls. Doesn't mean you wouldn't be able to showcase that bicep muscle if you're very lean, but it's not going to look as good as it could.
Yes. And I would like to say that it's extremely, extremely important to work your core if you are new to exercising. You will literally use your core for every single movement. If you're going to be doing, even like a dumbbell shoulder press, you're going to need to hold yourself up with your core, and you're going to need to do all of these things properly. If you're going to be doing heavy deadlifts, work your core. If you're going to be doing heavy squats, work your core. Even if you don't think what you're doing is heavy, you need to be working your core and building that up, because you will need it for all of the other movements, and you will be able to progress even easier if you do have the proper core muscles built up.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of work. There's a big debate around, do you wear a lifting belt or do you not wear a lifting belt as it relates to developing core strength on the heavy primary compound movements like squats and deadlift. And I've always been an advocate for using a belt, because if you're implementing proper form on those heavy movements, then you're not leveraging the belt to lift the weight for you. So it's just simply there as a proactive way to minimize risk of injury. However, I've tweaked things a little bit here lately. Tweaked is a bad word for this context. I've changed things a little bit here lately with regard to how I'm doing my lifts, and I'm doing a little bit lighter weight, but just focusing on flawless form. And for that, I have been not doing a belt on my deadlifts, which mandates that you have a very tight core throughout the entire range of motion. So that's been positive for me. But also, when you're using a belt, you're bracing your core against your belt.
Thank you.
So that is really focused on building that muscle up as well.
Yes. No matter what, if you are using a belt or not using a belt, poor connection issues over here. Whether you're using a belt or not, you will be bracing your core. Just because someone uses a belt does not mean that they are any less than someone who's not using a belt. But I would strategically try to work out without a belt. I usually don't use a belt until my last two heaviest sets of deadlifts and my last two heaviest sets of squats. Reason being is I can actually feel that I need a little bit more support, mostly with the squats. And then on the heaviest sets, I want to make sure that I'm getting that extra support. So I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to, my back's not going to go out on me or whatever. But no matter what, you are going to be working your core. That's all I got for you.
That's all she got for us. Now let's switch gears and talk about a little bit of everything else that y'all want to talk about.
Switching it
TC's
up.
Life. Hello everyone. What's up, TC's Life? Tony says hello. Joe Davis, what's up, man? How are you, brother? Daniel Smith says hi, guys.
Hello from Cincinnati. Sonny says hi. Sorry, I was driving.
Hey, Sonny. Hello,
Way
Mr.
to be
and
good while you're
Mrs.
driving.
Happy Wednesday. Cindy Molina. Hey, guys, what's up? So we need some more questions. Y'all bring in some questions.
Okay, I will say, Robert and I are not going to be on our live next week.
True.
Because we are celebrating our love for each other. Truly.
2-year anniversary.
It is our 2-year anniversary. So we're going to be celebrating that. We're going to have to work a little bit in the morning, and then we're going to do something.
Y'all want to know what happens after 2 years of being together?
What?
I'll tell you what happens after 2 years of being together.
No, I'm afraid of this.
If you have a really great relationship,
oh, no,
and you're into fitness, you work out as a couple together in the morning, because you want to start your off day right, with the right attitude, focus on your health, your fitness, your nutrition, and
so
just
nervous.
Kill it together as a couple in the workout. And then if you've been together for 2 years, the other member of that relationship is much more comfortable in not getting a shower and coming to sit down and do a live at 5 at the end of the day with feet that smell like she hasn't had a shower since her workout.
I am wearing shoes. You can't smell my feet.
Oh, I can smell your feet.
No, you can't.
I can smell something.
Guys,
that's when you know you've been in a relationship for 2 years.
Let me tell you. I was like,
I'm about to just unleash the Kraken.
We had one exercise left to do of our workout today. We got a late start. We had one exercise left to do, four sets of it. And I said, hey, I'm going to go jump in the shower before I don't get the chance to for the rest of the day. Because I had back-to-back calls. I had a busy day today. And he was like, no, we're going to finish this out. We're going to finish this out, and we're going to do it together. You start together, you finish together, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, if I do this, I'm not going to be able to take a shower all day long. And he knew the sacrifice he was going to have to make, so.
Yep. What's up, Stephanie? Hey, y'all. Happy anniversary.
Thank ya.
TC's Life says, what about menopause and stubborn stomach fat? That's a good question. I've actually had several podcast guests on lately specifically talking about menopause. And when it comes to menopause and like just body fat in general, I don't like really ever saying stomach fat versus any other place of fat because like you can't really spot train fat loss. And stomach fat is just going to be the last place to drop the fat. So
For
like,
some people.
yeah, for most people though. I mean, like it's kind of like an evolutionary adaptation. Like we typically hold our last little bit of fat in our upper legs, our lower back, our butt, and our stomach from a protective standpoint because that adds protection around our vital organs and was less likely to be ripped in shreds. So that's typically going to be the last place to lose fat. So people look at their stomach. I mean, I've got a little stomach belly fat right now. You know, it's just hanging out there. Of course, I'm in a building phase and I'm not really worried about it. That's just part of it. Now, when it comes to the menopause aspect of it, your hormones are definitely in a state of flux during that time. And there's a lot of different variables at play. A ton. I mean, honestly, like menopause for females, when it comes to fat loss, is the most complicated phase for fat loss, especially if they've been chronically under eating anyways, because then their hormones are even more jacked up, their metabolism's downregulated, and they don't have any caloric runway to work with.
I would say if you are in your 30s or 40s, get on it now.
Yeah.
Get on it now because once your kids are all moved out of the house and everything starts to settle, you're going to want to start going for it and you're going to be having a harder time during that menopausal phase.
Yeah.
But for those who are already in it,
I would definitely get a hormone panel, a thyroid panel, and a complete hormone panel to see what your testosterone levels are, what your estrogen levels are, what your estradiol levels are, what your androgen, like all of the hormones. You progesterone levels, you want to get all that really mapped up because then, like, if you don't have a clue where you're at on that and then you just try to lose body fat or something like that, but you don't have any idea of where you're starting, it's going to be an uphill battle all the way. So if you're having an issue losing body fat, belly fat anywhere, and you're in that phase, then first things first, I would definitely recommend just establishing a baseline, getting a complete hormone panel done, and tracking your intake to make sure you're consuming adequate calories first and foremost.
Went to hit the gym for the first time in 13 months. I felt really weak, but felt awesome to be there. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Congrats on getting back in there.
Congrats on getting back in there.
Keto Converted said, good afternoon, you two. Miss you, my man.
Miss you. Joe Davis says, old question out there is, do abdominals like every other muscle half times a week or hit them every day?
1 to 2 times a week.
So with abdominals, I treat like the same as I do calves. I train calves and abs. I alternate between the two of them. So I'll superset those with any other body part that I'm working. So say I'm doing like pull downs, for instance, doing my back day. I'll do my pull down set and then I'll go do either a set of calves, usually around 20 reps, or a set of abs, usually around 15 or 20 reps as well. And I'll just superset that with every other movement I'm doing, either calves or abs.
Congrats. Just had our 17th on 4/17. Oh, well, happy anniversary to you. 17 years. That's amazing. Congrats on 2 years. Sounds like time for little savages.
Gary says, tell me about its stubborn area. It is for sure. Ted F says, Robert, how is that CBD supplement working for your sleep? I've actually had really good sleep lately. I've done like a whole bunch of sleep routine stuff, so it's hard to really pinpoint any one thing and say that's the reason I'm getting better sleep, but I feel like it's pretty good. I've noticed that my dreams are much more vivid. I had a pretty trippy dream last night. I was like a sniper, and I was going through the woods, and I was like trying to stalk up on somebody and not
somebody?
Yeah.
You were hunting humans?
Yes, I was a sniper.
Oh, I thought you said hunting. You were hunting.
I was a sniper.
Where's my brain? Well, first of all, no, you need to not be a sniper, okay? We're not doing that. The Nourished Caveman said, menopause, yeah, me.
Yes, I just got done talking about you. That
that's
podcast is
funny.
great, by the way. Joe Davis says, I believe in high work, great in fighting and strongman, and now lower body fat. They are very visible. Congratulations on 2 years. Yeah, I mean, when it
Thanks.
comes to abs, it's all about the body fat. Like, I've got visible abs now at like 16% body fat. I'm probably around 15 or 16% body fat.
I have no abs.
You were popping them the other
Well,
day.
yeah. Okay, that was like the week before I was PMSing.
But my abs now are like, they're like not even anywhere close to the realm of what they look like when I'm
Yeah.
sub 5% body fat.
They're insane when his body fat's so low.
It's all about the body fat percentage when it comes to abs.
Hey y'all, eating my chocolate peanut butter brick while lurking.
Lurking. TC's Life says, thank you. Stephanie says, I've been incorporating core work with all my workouts, especially on cardio days. Yeah, if you're not going to do them like supersetting with every other body part, then doing them on like a off day or a cardio day or something like that is probably the best way to do it for sure.
They said, what do you think snipers do? Yes, I realize now that he said sniper, not hunting. I thought he was talking about hunting. However, my husband is not a sniper, so therefore I would like him to not hunt humans.
I was dreaming about it. You've had some pretty trippy dreams too. I'm glad your dreams aren't true.
Why?
You always dream that I'm running off with some other woman.
Sometimes.
It's like, why are you dreaming those
Every
things?
once in a while. I haven't had a dream in a long time, though. Like,
You
just
need
a straight up dream.
Some CBD.
Nah.
That's how we got on this topic. I have been. Oh, I read that one.
Dylan, get out of here.
I usually do very little targeted ab work, maybe some rotational work, heavy compound like bent over rows, deadlifts, and barbell hip thrust usually have me good.
Yep.
Barbell hip thrusts are really good. We haven't done that in a while.
Mm-hmm. It has been a minute.
We should do that. Barbell hip thrusts are good. Cindy says, any tips on gaining muscle mass in the legs, mostly in the butt?
I need tips on.
So it's weird because like there's been this weird shift of like not villainizing squats, but basically saying like you don't like squats are not the best movement for building mass. You don't have to do squats to build a booty. And there's been this big push for like downplaying the significance of squats. And yes, from a strictly scientifically based hypertrophy standpoint, there's a lot of evidence that indicates something that's more isolated, like a quad extension, is better for building leg mass in the quads or something like that. But I will put squats up against everything else from a physiological standpoint and a psychological standpoint, because you reach a whole nother level of beast mode when you do heavy squats, ass to grass, and you have perfect flawless form when you do it.
I will actually say it was almost a year off of squats because I was dealing with some knee injury stuff. And as soon as I started doing squats, everything else was the same. As soon as I started doing squats again, my glutes and my thighs started growing and getting stronger significantly. So I do also agree with Robert that.
And I didn't think your glutes could get any bigger.
Sheesh. However, there are many other movements, but I think you need to focus on just building up your legs in general. A lot of people, specifically females, focus so much on your butt that you forget that the other parts of your legs and the other parts of your body actually give you a very nice,
shape.
Give you a nice, well-rounded look. And you kind of need to build up your other parts of your body and give the other parts of your body shape in order for your butt to look the way you want it
to. Guys, well, thank you, Cindy.
Dylan said, hey, savages.
What's up, Dylan?
Y'all are savage enough. No little savages needed. Just enjoy the journey and enjoy each other. Babies can wait. Thanks for everything you do for us.
Aw, that's sweet.
Very funny, Rachel.
Rachel asked us how we feel about. She's doing a protein spare modified fast today.
No
today.
way! That's hilarious.
It was funny. Changing things up a little.
Sunny said, "Rachel's got jokes."
Rachel's got. No, the podcast is great, though. I'm excited for it. Changing things up a little. Test trying the protein more than carb approach. All right, let me read this again. Natalie says, changing things up a little to test, trying the protein more than carbs approach. Changing my meat choices has been fun. Yeah, I definitely think more protein than carbs is definitely a good swap for sure.
Does she ever get mad at you for something she dreamt? LOL. No, I never do. Usually I don't even tell him what my dream. I don't remember my dreams half the time. But I would never get mad at him for something that I dreamt.
She wakes up and she's like, I had a sad dream. I'm like, what was it? And you're like, you left me for some other girl.
Yeah.
And like you say that and I'm like, why would you have that dream? Like,
I don't
of
know
all the
why.
guys out there, I'm like the least likely to leave you for some other girl.
That's probably why I dream it. All the lucky girls that have the great guy know that they got the great guy. You know?
Yeah. Triple G. What's the name of this? Don't skip yet leg day. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Ain't nothing but a peanut.
Is Robert sitting on a pillow?
No, I've got one on my back though.
Dylan said that.
Dylan, bro. Protein more than fats. Oh, that makes more sense than protein more than carbs. Yeah, I mean, try it. Are you doing more protein grams than fat grams? Or are you doing more calories in protein than calories in fat? That's a big distinction there.
Rachel Gregory has us doing heavy squats in our building program. That's because Rachel Gregory knows what the heck she's talking about.
There she goes. Gary Mullen says, learn to lucid dream. It's great. Yeah, lucid dreams are crazy.
I'm not a fan of it.
Why?
Because I'm not.
Lucid dream, like I've had lucid dreams.
No.
Yeah, lucid dreams are just like super realistic, like in the moment dreams. Like half the time I can't control it. It just happens. Like if I take a bunch of
control it.
I don't know, I can't control it. I just like if I take a ZMA sometimes, I have crazy dreams from ZMA.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
I had a dream that I was riding elephants. And I had a spear, but I don't remember much more than that. But I was riding elephants.
He's hunting humans and riding elephants.
Cindy says, I currently do 3 leg days, one focused on the front, squats and quad, one on the glutes, hip thrusts and hip abductors, and then one on the back, rear deadlifts and leg curls. Should I mix that and do squats twice a week?
No, I would just do 2. I would do 2 more intense leg days.
Yeah, 2 more.
I was doing 3 leg days, but I found that I was still sore by the time I went back around, that I wasn't able to go as heavy with those movements. So I would do like a hamstring and glute day and then like a quad day, or if you're more quad dominant, then doing like a hamstring day. Like, does that make sense? I would just go, I would go heavier, harder, more movements on those days. Even pull out my eyelashes.
I get it.
I don't know.
You can learn to control them. How do you control the dreams?
Yes, I know. That's why I don't like it.
You don't like it?
What is best alternative for squats with knee issues? And for me, depending on what the knee issue is, for me, I ended up doing front squats because it puts a lot more pressure on the hips than it does the knees. So front squats is a great option. If you can't squat in general, doing something like sumo deadlifts, even deadlifts in general.
Or try to just protect the knees a little bit more. Like maybe use some knee sleeves or something.
Well, they might have like major knee issues but I actually did a whole video on leg day with knee issues.
Leg day with knee issues. I need some more YouTube questions.
I came in late, but what CBD do you use for your sleep?
This one that I've been trying lately is called Medusa Leaf. I believe is how you pronounce it. It's MEDICILEAF. They sent me some, and then I've tried Santa Cruz, and they've sent me some. I just use a lot more than they recommend on the bottles because it's like the tinctures, and like they'll have like recommend 1 dropper full, which is like 100 milligrams. It's like if I don't do like 400. It's like 4 dropper fulls. I don't even feel anything. So I don't know if that's normal. I don't really even feel anything. Pause or do poor connection. I don't really even feel anything even when I do 400. So it's kind of like, it's almost like a subconscious difference. So I don't really even know if it's making that big of a difference. But I have slept better these past couple of days. So that may be the confounding variable there.
Thomas said, "What's up, y'all?"
What's up, Thomas the Great? How you been, man?
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
I've definitely gotten mad at Kevin for my dreams. That's hilarious. Any recipes for ground bison? Anything that you would do ground beef with, ground bison is also amazing.
You can fatten it up a little bit.
He's the apex predator, so it's understandable.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. 1/2 grams of fats from protein. Not sure if that makes sense. Equaling kcals, I guess you would say. Okay, yeah. So 1/2 grams of fat from protein. So if that's actually
That's
higher, I mean, if you're doing, if it's about equal count, I mean, 1 gram of fat has 9 calories per gram. 1 gram of protein has 4 calories per gram, roughly. So if you're doing,
if they're doing 100 grams of protein, they're doing 50 grams of fat, is what they're saying. I'm pretty sure.
1/2 grams of fat from
equal
protein.
is equal calories, I guess you would say.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty close to equal calories. So yeah, let us know what you think. I'm excited to hear what you think. By golly. Everybody's got a different protein threshold. Everybody feels different and better at different ratios. So it's all a matter of figuring out what you feel best at, honestly. It's crazy because there's been a lot of people that advocate that you get satiety only from super high fat. A lot of people that advocate you get satiety from super high protein and all the volume that brings. And the answer is not one or the other. It's somewhere in the middle. So it's all a matter of figuring out where in that middle is your Goldilocks ratio.
Mm-hmm. On second thought, don't ever have kids. My youngest is throwing a fit working on homework.
Yeah.
That's funny. Homework does suck. First of all,
most homework is like a joke.
No, I'm sorry, but all the teachers out there can get mad at me if you disagree. But your kid spends all stinking day at school to do schoolwork, and then you want to send them home to do more work when they should be spending time with their loved ones? I do not think so. Don't mess with me.
I don't think I like that snap thing.
I know, I don't either. I just did
I probably wouldn't do that again. No, don't do it. Stop it.
But yeah, I mean, what are your guys' opinions on that? I think that's stinking stupid. I think when they get home after doing however many hours it is that they're at school, 7 hours of school or something like that, they need to not do that. They need to not send you home with homework. You're at school to do the school work.
Well, when I have kids, their homework is going to be homework. Like, I'm going to have them splitting firewood. It's not going to be video game work. It's going to be homework. Like, go mow the yard, do some homework.
Go hang out with your mama.
Yeah.
Hannah agrees with me. Sunny agrees with me. See, these moms know what I'm talking about.
Stephanie says she agrees.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad that I'm not alone.
Natalie says, I'll keep you posted. It's been a week and a half. Let you know in a month. Yeah, let us know for sure. For sure. Let's see what else we got. I agree with you about the homework, says Stephanie. Facts.
Oh.
Wesley, homework is a big joke. See, homework for Wesley is making some cool thing out of wood. Yeah, that's homework.
Our elementary school has no homework rule. That's amazing. I agree. It's just busy work. Yes, agreed. Yeah. Also, if kids are looking for something to do, you can send them home with something like that would be fun for them. But it is crazy to send them home. My sister's son goes to a school where they actually don't go to school on Mondays. They go to school Tuesday through Friday, and Mondays are like a school from home day. And this was like way before the pandemic. It was just like normal. That's the school's schedule. And for certain parents that won't work because, you have regular jobs and no one stays home or whatever. But for other parents, it works really great. And then you get that extra day with your kids to work on those educational moments with your children, because they actually send you home with work to do that day, not to do over the weekend, but to do on Monday together as a family, and they make it a little bit more fun. So I really enjoy that, but it's different than sitting on for a full day's worth of school,
TC's Lab said, I had a neighbor who had a 3rd grade teacher, and she was required to send homework every night, and she was up late each night grading it.
Oh, it's terrible.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's terrible for the teachers, too.
No homework. Agree with you. Family time is what the world needs.
Amen.
Amen. All right, what we got over here?
We are done over there.
All right, y'all. So we're about to cook a steak real quick. And that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. And we're not going to be here next week.
Yeah. So that's our anniversary day. So we're not going to do it live next Wednesday. We'll make some type of content go out next Wednesday, though, because we always post some type of content. So that's that. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now. Take care, toodaloo. Adios.
Thanks for dealing with our shenanigans today.
Shenanigans.